Hello, my name is Monica, and I'll be your OET trainer for today. This video is supposed to help students understand how to answer certain question types in their OET reading part B. For this purpose, I am going to be using official OET papers. The paper that I'm using here is pneumothorax. That is an official paper used by OET. Now, which is the question type that we're going to talk about today? The question type that I'm going to talk about today happens to be the most common question type that you will see, not just in OET Reading Part B or in Reading Part C, but literally any other multiple choice question that you are going to do ever in any paper. You are going to see this question type, which is called a detailed question type. I personally love detailed question types. It's because there's a very particular technique that you use for it, and most students are aware of this technique, which is why, even without a lot of preparation, if your exam has a lot of these question types, you will be able to answer them very easily. You might even be able to get to the right answer and clear your exam with the desired score. That's possible. However, that's not the case in our OET. OET has a variety of different question types because they don't want you to simply answer true false basic questions. But yes, there's a certain way of answering detailed questions. First of all, recognizing a detailed question is important. Notice how in this question type, what do we have here? According to this extract, it doesn't matter if it is an extract, if it is a policy document, if it is an email, if it is a manual, if it is a guideline, it does not matter as long as you are aware what these things are. The type of text here is not going to create that much of a problem for you as long as you're aware that it is going to be a guideline that is going to contain information from the hospital for staff or for patients. Now, according to this extract, some nurses, not all nurses, notice how they have used this term here. Some nurses are allowed to wear their uniform. Some nurses are allowed to wear their uniform where? That's my question, right? So here they are clearly specifying that some, not all nurses are allowed to wear their uniform where, when, how, or basically under which conditions. That's a complete the sentence. That's the next thing that comes to mind, that okay, they're allowed to wear their uniform here, there, not here, not there. What is it exactly? So this sentence is basically asking me the question of where are the nurses allowed to wear their uniform? Under what conditions are the nurses allowed to wear their uniform? In simple words. And because of this, because they've asked me a very specific question, that is why it becomes a detailed question. So a detailed question is something that asks you for a specific piece of information. It is also a detailed question if it asks you or if it provides you too many details in your question. Now, these details could be anything. These details could be tricks. These details could be limits. These details could be other things that can help you identify the correct answer. But usually these details are modal verbs, requirements, or any kinds of limits. However, in this case, it's not necessarily about the second point, but rather it is about the first point where they're looking for a specific piece of information. If you're looking for a specific piece of information, then try to remember what do you do in your reading part A. In your reading part A, when you get short answer questions or when you get blanks, at that time as well, you're looking for specific information. That does not mean that you read each and every sentence of every paragraph very, very carefully. No, you look for that specific information with the help of scanning. And then you skim around or you read carefully around the piece of information where you have actually found the answer. So that's exactly the same technique that we apply here. We scan for this piece of information. And what is this piece of information that I'm going to scan for? Where are they saying that nurses are allowed to wear their uniform? Apart from this, if they talk about literally anything else, if they talk about, oh, you should do this with your uniform, you should wash your uniform like this, you should, I don't know, uh, have your uniform tailor-made or something like that. Any other details about the uniform are not going to be exciting for me because I'm looking for this specific piece of information. So the very first mistake that students will make is they will start reading the entire paragraph line by line by line by line. Eventually, they will get to the area where the answer is contained. Yes, but by that time, they have already wasted a lot of their time as well as their mental energy by reading something which was completely unnecessary. And it is a time management test. So you can understand how it is very, very important. Otherwise, what other things would happen? The other thing that would happen in a detailed question, let's say that if I'm supposed to look for an information in a specific area, let's say here, but I'm reading all of this information here. Am I wasting my time? Yes, I am definitely wasting my time. So that's one concern of mine. Sure. What's the second thing that's happening? From here, it is very easy for me to give you a wrong answer option. This will be a wrong answer option because from here you shouldn't get your right answer in any way. But you will get confused that, okay, I did see something like that here, and now they have given me an answer option from here. So perhaps it could be the correct answer. So that is another issue that happens. Either you waste your time or you end up selecting the wrong answer choice because you are looking at the wrong area in your paragraph. So here we are going to look at the area where they are saying where the nurses are allowed to wear the uniform. Now let's see. They have given us bullet points, and this is about uniform policy for nurses only. Where are they allowed to wear the uniform? And here they are saying that it's about clinicians or clinical staff not socializing. That's not what they are talking about, or undertake social activities while wearing this. So they are telling me what they shouldn't do while they are wearing their uniform. That's not what I'm interested in. I am interested in where are they allowed to wear the uniform. So this does not contain my answer. When changing facilities exist for this, uniform must not be. So they are telling me where the uniform should not be worn. My question is, where should they be worn? So I'm not going to read this very carefully. Then they are saying, for staff who only work on this, if no changing, da 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 da. Ah, I notice. I find this information here. Now I'm going to read this particular sentence very, very carefully because it contains my answer for sure. So while reading this, I recognize they're saying for staff who only work in the hospital environment and if no changing facilities exist, hospital uniform should only be worn outside the hospital premises, number one. Number two is that when they're traveling to and from work and tops should be fully covered. Okay, that's where I found my answer. Sure. Now, let's see if they are saying anywhere else if I'm allowed to wear the uniform, even though they have said only. But let's see. Staff who work in the blah, 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 who have been blah, 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 should also ensure their uniforms. It's about covering their uniform. That's not where my answer is. So they are talking about traveling. Yeah, that's only when I'm allowed to wear the uniform. Who wish to wear cardigans. It's about cardigans and sweatshirts. It's not about the uniform. So that's not what I'm talking about as well. So if I'm getting an answer choice from here, this is not my answer. If I'm getting an answer choice from here, it's not my answer. My answer comes from here, only this particular section. Now let's go to the answer choices. By the way, if you have liked the video so far and you want me to keep making more such videos, then please like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that I can keep making these videos. Now, coming back to the question, some nurses are allowed to wear their uniform on the wards with a sweatshirt, even though they have talked about covering their uniform, but they have talked about outside the hospital premises when they're traveling to and from work. So it's not about on the ward. I know that for sure it is incorrect, but many students are going to select this as an answer because they have seen the word sweatshirt here. Wrong answer from wrong location, obviously. Now, let's see. At social events within the hospital, no, anything within the hospital, I'm not wearing the uniform. But students will select this to be the right answer. Why? Because they see the word at social events, and here they have talked about social activities, socializing. Even though when you read this sentence, you clearly understand that This meaning that they're trying to show us here is not what this sentence represents. But students who are matching words, they will not care about the meaning and they will directly get to this and simply match words and select this to be the right answer. Meanwhile, I know that this is incorrect. With 100% certainty and with proof, I am showing that, listen, these two answer options are incorrect. Then that means my C answer option has to be the right answer. Let's see. On their way to and from work under a quote. Yes, I can confirm each one of these terms. When they should be worn outside the hospital premises, when traveling to and from work, on their work way to and from work, and tops should be fully covered. So they should be covered and they can wear it under coat. That's how you ensure that you find the right answer, not just by matching words, but by making sure you are using the appropriate technique for each question. Remember, detailed questions are perhaps the most easiest questions to answer, but you can very well get them wrong if you're not applying the right technique, if you're not following each and every step that you're supposed to follow here. So make sure you get to the right location to find your answer and you keep the question, keep the topic in mind, scan for that information rather than reaching each and everything. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you next week or next Wednesday or Saturday with another video. Bye bye.